And we're back, and we're here for a brand new segment called Nerd Rage, where some of us shall be raging about things that piss us the fuck off.
Vroom, vroom, motherfuckers.
Not long we haven't done this before.
Now we're giving it an official title.
Yes. Mind you, this is the first officially titled segment, yet I've got nothing to rage about. What?
Irony.
Anyways,
let's let our pissed off Asian jalapeno go.
So yeah, by the way, fuck you.
What? Just because I choose a small pepper?
That's jalapeno. Am I right? Or am I a jerk? Or both?
Thank you for increasing my rage a bit. Now, first I have to put a disclaimer because I will say a lot of stuff.
You did your disclaimer last segment, so just go into it.
Give us some background first.
Okay, so couple days around Canada Day, I was working at the auction. You know, same thing, like usual. Always doing a smile, greeting the customers with delight, which I always do. Joke around with some of them, and get them to do registration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, let me explain to you how registration works for most places. Basically, you give in your photo ID to make sure it's you, and then you register your name, your address, your phone number, and your signature, and an email if you want to know about future events for auction.
Okay.
Now, everything was going well. I set up the small items, made it nice and perfect, nice and presentable. Go back to the desk, do some registrations. Everyone starts coming in at the right time, 12 p.m., noon, to come in to look around, which is normal. We give an hour for preview. During that hour, you can also register, which most people do. No one comes in after that to look around and then register after that hour. Normally. We get late people, but that's fine. They just register and go in. Now, this is where I get fucking angry. Because usually when people come up to me when I'm at the registration desk, when I'm doing registration, I always say, "Hi, here to register," with a smile on my face and with the niceness in my heart. Which is what happens because I was part of the hospitality industry.
Yeah. And having any experience in customer service and hospitality as well, it's very important to have.
Exactly.
I've managed to work my way around that, but whatever.
Well, I've never experienced this one douche. Okay?
Continue.
Now, I usually when I get problems with customers, it's not really that big. But this guy... So yeah. Guy comes in late for the auction. The auction's already started. The auctioneer's already started putting up the stuff. You know, doing the whole procedure and everything. They come up to me. I do same procedure like everyone else. Everyone is equal in my book. Here to register, sir? What do you mean? Am I here to register? Of course I'm here to register. What's wrong with you? What? I let that slide. Next, I say, photo ID, sir? No. I mean, give me the sheet. I'll write it down. No, sir. You hear? I need to see a photo ID. No, I told you. I'll write it down. Sir, you're not understanding me here. I need a photo ID. Now I say this calmly, and considerately. Mm-hmm. And right now I'm shaking because it's getting to the good part.
Depending on your point of view.
Let me fucking register. I said it again. This time, he tries to take the registry forms away from me. The registry cards. And I'm holding on to it tight. And I'm fucking having a game of tug and war with this bastard. Hell's wrong with you? Causing us...
And I'm sure he drove there, so he had a fucking license on him.
Exactly. Now, I'm at it with this guy for 5 minutes. 10 minutes. My coworkers who are right beside me, one's my superior who's on like the farther end. She comes up and says, she's watching this and she comes up and says, Mark, calm down, just give it to him. He's been here before. I was like, fine. In my head, no fucking way. So I let him register. Okay. He writes it, whips the card, throws it in my face. This is where I start to get heated. But, again, I had to keep a straight face because out of respect for my uncle, who owns it, and the respect of the actual auction company, which I enjoy to be at, I let it slide. Again. Now, I'm still shaken up from this whole situation to the rest of the auction. In my mind, I'm like, honestly, I wanted to hit this guy.
Only hit? Come on, I'd have been a kill at this point.
But that's you.
Yeah, well, I'd be looking around the auction, seeing what blunt and heavy things are,
dude,
on the auction.
We have swords and everything.
Yeah, I'd been looking at that, and I was thinking, I should bid on that.
Now, he's bidding and everything. He's coming to the desk, back and forth, because he wants to record what he's bought, which we are not supposed to do, but for him, special case, for some reason. So he goes to my supervisor and she's writing it down, and she's doing this she's giving me this face like, I shouldn't be fucking doing this. Now, I had to go to the washroom. I go into the washroom. I'm furious at this point that in one of the stalls, I punch the wall.
And you have to understand, this is Mark. He doesn't get violent. He doesn't have violent expressions of anger.
No, I'm usually calm with people.
Yeah, which is weird.
Now,
I think I was fairly calm that day, so that explains where my rage went.
So, yeah. Now, everything's done, and I'm seeing him argue with customers, by the way, which to me is really bad business sense to have this guy around. If you're fucking arguing with customers because you wanted that fucking item and you got outbid. That's the whole point of an auction. If you get outbid, bid again. If you can't, then leave it the hell alone. You lost. Okay. I'm probably scaring some of you right now.
Not
this is
really.
A whole new side.
Huh?
This is a whole new side I'm seeing.
Not really. This is
not you two, but our listeners.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This. Now I get back to my old self again because I still have to be the happy-go-lucky guy that I usually am. Now, which was good because there was a kid there that wanted a hockey stick signed by Crosby, and he was a cute kid, and he was a very nice kid. He gave me a high five when he won, and it was fine. Those are the customers I love. But when we're nearing the end of the auction and everyone has to pay, now I'm working cash and cash only. Fucking guy had to pay in cash. Wait. He had to first go to the bank to get money, which we aren't normally supposed to allow, because if you do that, given a cash deposit of so and so, right? He didn't do that. He said, "I'm going to go to the bank. I'll come back."
Why didn't he just pay with debit in the first place?
I don't know. I have no clue. Because we accept debit. Our machine works perfectly. We actually have a new state-of-the-art machine.
So you're the one working cash, and he runs and causes trouble by going to get stuff. I think I see a little bit of a connection there.
Yeah. Anyways. So I'm working cash, and I say, I have a sign that says cash only, cash payments here, yada, 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 right? Because I have the damn bill checker, to see if it's counterfeit or not.
Yeah.
Now, he comes back. Wait. First, someone had to go back to go to the bank as well. He paid me a cash payment deposit, which was what we're supposed to do. What is supposed to happen.
Yeah, just that the person doesn't say they're going for cash and run off and not pay for it.
Yeah.
Mind you,
because all sales are final. Once you bid, that's it. We'll contact you if you run away.
That's what the information's for.
Yeah. Which, by the way, happens in another thing back. I told you guys this before.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, he comes back. He goes to my supervisor to pay. I'm like, dude, I already stated that we have cash here. They're busy helping out the people who are paying through debit and credit cards. They have already a long enough lineup as it is.
And if he was going to go into that line anyways, he should have just paid with debit.
Exactly. Now, we're done the whole thing. My uncle's there to check up on everything, just to see how business is going, if we have any people who haven't paid yet, yada, yada, yada. He has the audacity to come right in front of me. My uncle's sitting right here, right? I'm here. He comes right in front of me, crosses past, and says to my uncle, he says him by his name because apparently my uncle knows the guy. And I'll get to this in a minute. But he says, put this boy in his place. At this moment, I'm like, okay, and this is where I'm going to get a little ghetto. You motherfucker. I stand up. And I say, that's not what put me in my place? He's like, yes, this boy was very rude to me. I was rude to you? I was fucking rude to you!
Not to mention, this boy? Where the fuck are you coming from?
Oh, that was racist right there. Now that you think about it.
Keep going. Come on. Get to the happy ending.
Now.
There's a happy ending, I would hope.
I'm explaining to my uncle the whole situation because I've explained this before. He came back. My uncle comes beforehand. I explained him the situation. I explained him again. What happened? The guy's still saying, no, that's not what happened. This boy was rude to me. I was like, oh my god. Again, I'm still standing up. My fist is already clenched already. I'm waiting for my cue in my head to say, do it, Mark, do it.
That would have been my voice you'd be hearing.
You'd have a banner and flags and probably a cheer squad.
My uncle's looking at me like, give me eye contact, like, calm down. Don't do it. It's not worth it. We don't want to stay here for 2 to 3 days. Yeah. Now, the lady who does the whole recordings comes up again also. And then he starts naming off people who were nice to him and, you know, trying to make me feel like shit. At the same time, he's questioning another bidder on what she bid. Apparently, he's saying that she paid more, and she's supposed to pay more than what she has bid on.
What?
Huh?
Exactly. He's telling my uncle that she's supposed to pay more than what is on my ticket, on the ticket at the time. The ticket says so and so dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's supposed to pay. I tell her to pay it, and she pays it. By the way, she's a nice lady. I never had problems with her. She had nice things to say and everything. Mm-hmm. We joked around. We had fun. This motherfucker says that she has to pay more, and my uncle has perfect memory when he does this. Mm-hmm. He knows how much people have paid. They're supposed to pay.
Yeah.
He has very good photographic memory.
And they write, and all this is written down anyways.
Yeah. It's written immediately.
Yeah. Business like this, it has to be. With hundreds of dollars being exchanged? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's causing problems with the other customers? Oh my god. I'm telling you right now, if I ever go back to Cornwall, it's going to be a murder. Murder, I say.
Well, didn't your uncle make sure he wouldn't be allowed back?
Yeah, but if he finds a way in, I mean, again, it's going to be murder.
As long as your uncle's there and you and anyone that knows that the guy's not allowed to be there, he won't be getting in.
Well, that's the thing, though. Sometimes you get new guys and they don't know.
Well, so that's why you should.
We don't have a photo because he never gives his damn photo ID.
I know you don't, but the fact is that if your uncle sees him there, he'll ask him to leave.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of preoccupied with other things also.
Yeah, but if he comes by and sees him, he'll.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways,
did your uncle tell him straight up that he's not supposed to come back?
He informed him with an email and stuff like that.
And you saw the email?
Yeah.
What it says?
I was the one who was helping writing it.
What did he actually say?
You unfortunately you're not allowed to go. You're not allowed on the premises of the auction anymore because of so and so reasons, and that whole thing.
So long as it seems official and easy to understand.
Yeah.
Because then he can't come back and argue otherwise.
Well, I know he's going to come back and argue about it because that's how his personality is after I learned what happened in the past.
Oh, what's he done in the past?
Because I've never been to Cornwall. This was my first time. Now, we come back, we're done. I'm still raging at this point. My face is red hot, like really hot. He's still there, running around and causing fucking problems. Which, by the way, he was going to buy one of the items off of another person. That was the one that...
Who won it?
No, yeah, who won it, but the same guy who gave me the cash payment, thing.
Mm-hmm, the deposit before he went away to get more cash, right?
Apparently, he was going to try to buy it off of my uncle while that was happening.
No.
You don't do that.
No, my uncle's like, no, we're not. We can't do that.
The guy won. If you got more money, you bid higher.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, he doesn't pay. He doesn't spend that much. At least he's this time around he spent not even that much. The other guy paid. He was a big buyer.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you don't have the money to win it during the auction, where exactly is the money coming from after the auction?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me, but he's an uppity little bitch. All I gotta say. If you've ever met him, he's not very pleasant.
He is officially proclaimed the cornhole from Cornwall.
Honestly, if you don't want to pay a lot of money, find these items elsewhere. Don't look at an auction.
Yeah. Now,
I wouldn't be surprised if he's a dick that simply bids stuff up.
Now, I'm still raging at this point. The mover guys, the inventory guys, try to like calm me down and like hold me back because I was about to walk over there and like point like get his attention. Hello, bang!
As righteously awesome as that would have been.
No, I even gave him the speech and everything, the lecture. I was like, everyone has to give in their photo ID. Doesn't matter if you've been here before or not.
Or if you're a celebrity or anything.
Yeah. Even if you're the owner of the place. Because the owner, I've been to many of the other banquet halls and like other places that we've done the auction before. And the owners still give them the photo ID because they know it's procedure and they're nice about it. Like the one near my place, he's a really nice guy and he's a multimillionaire and all, but that hasn't changed him a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Standards and procedure are just that. Those are what you need for things to function. And if you're not following it, because shit goes down.
This is where a situation will happen. If that happens, someone will come up who's actually giving in the photo IDs and everything. Mm-hmm. They'll be up, say, asking us, how come he didn't give in his photo ID? Mm-hmm. How come he doesn't need to give an identification? There's something fishy about this.
Yep, special treatment. You never want to do that with customers and let other customers know that it's happening.
Especially in a business like that. Like, if it's like a small diner or everything and the person's a regular, you can do it, but you don't broadcast it.
Yeah.
But with me, I never knew. It's not supposed to be something that you have to know. Yeah, even if it didn't know, like even if I did knew, I still would do the procedure. Mm-hmm. Because that's what my fucking job is to do. The fucking procedure.
Yeah. Because you see, herein lies the problem. If you don't know this person, you don't know that, say they're a regular that normally might get special treatment of some sort, and they're telling you, oh, I come in here all the time. They do this for me. Why don't you do it for me? So, well, I can't confirm that.
Because you don't know them, yeah.
Exactly. I gotta do what I'm supposed to do. And they're getting mad at you. Fuck no, this is my job. I don't know who the fuck you are. I have no reason to believe you about that you normally get this here. So, no, I'm not gonna do this for you. And if you want, talk to my manager, talk to someone who knows you, and get it done through them. Don't come to me. So the fact that this guy is trying to fuck around like that is just total asshole.
No. See, apparently I'm not the first one.
Oh, really?
Everyone else who's worked cash and registration has dealt with this motherfucker before.
And this is the first time.
Actually, in fact, I told you this.
Yeah.
He's actually made, and most of the people who work up in front are women, which will also get into my grill even more. Mm-hmm. These women have actually either broke down in tears and in frustration after, or have already quit because of that situation.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, no, this is a guy that shouldn't be allowed to return. And if he does, you should be able to call security and or police on him.
I'm surprised that it's finally this action that he's finally being banned.
It's lucky I was a guy. Mm-hmm. I didn't break down and cry or anything. In fact, if I was going to break down, he'd be on the floor. Again, I'm from Scarborough. That shit doesn't fly. That shit don't fly.
You're also a tiny Asian from Scarborough, so...
That doesn't matter. I can imagine him jumping up on the table, probably ripping his shirt off and tearing the guy a new one.
This little fucker... Again, he's a little fucker.
Oh, he's small?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you could take him.
It doesn't matter if it was taking him.
When you think of small town like Cornwall, you don't think of small people. You think of dumb, big rednecks.
And I call...
It's a small town, it's not... Yeah.
To me, I think, again, looking back on it, he was also a bit flamey, so I would have gotten something like hate crime or something.
It's not a hate crime if you're unaware of it.
Yeah.
Either way, you have to be able to distinguish of committing something on somebody because of a reason, something within their personality or within their identity.
Yeah.
And fucking someone up because they're an asshole.
Yeah, but either way, the rules for hate crime is you have to be aware of the fact that they are of that thing. So if you're not aware and you're beating them up for a different reason, it's not a hate crime.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
you
for
could have
instance,
spun it like that. You never know.
For instance, if you beat up a black kid because he's an asshole, yeah, they can argue that you have to be aware that he's black, but you can argue in court, do you see this kid? Do you think he's an upstanding member of the citizenship? He's just an asshole. That's why I decked him in the face.
Yeah, I agree that there should be hate crime legislation. But I also think that there are some really fucked up things about it.
This is where it gets really under my skin. Because one of the two of those girls, one was my cousin. The other one was a family friend of mine. And that shit don't fly also. Because no one fucks with my family. That's the one thing you don't do.
Yes. Indeed.
Again, if I ever go back to Cornwall,
and if you see
I see this ass clown, because I call him an ass clown, he wears fucking makeup. You can totally see it. And apparently his hair color changes. It turns from blue to red sometimes. So ass clown. If I see this ass clown, it's going to be murder. So I told again, I'm probably not going to attend another Cornwall auction because of this experience. And that's even worse because people have quit because of this motherfucker. And if he comes back again and I hear that, 911 baby. 911. I'm done.
Feeling better?
Somewhat.
Harvey?
Yeah. Well, I got something else I can rage about as well, actually.
Wait. Just one. Okay.
That is a big chunk of sound.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is something I actually only became aware of this morning, really last night, but it was in the morning anyway.
Because you're a night owl?
Yeah. So, I'm sure that a lot of our fellow nerds out there, at least at one point in their life, have experienced a problem with bullying. And I know that I have. Not necessarily because I was a nerd, but I'm sure it's come up and that's been part of the thing behind it.
Never had a problem.
Okay.
Neither have I.
But I know that at least...
Mind you, I had a pretty bad rep in elementary school. As bad a rep as you can get as a 10-year-old, but still.
In my elementary school, I was like friends with everyone. That's the thing. Again, which is...
Yeah, we can see the contrast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure that a lot of us have at some point in their lives dealt with bullying and how fucked up that is. Now, see, the three of us come from Catholic school boards, or school board. And part of the problem that a lot of Catholic institutions, I'm finding, have in dealing with problems is nothing ever actually gets resolved. Things get put higher up on the chain, and nothing is actually done about it.
They pray and hope it goes away.
Yeah. Right now, in the Vaughan Catholic School Board, there's a student who's now in high school, and he is considering not going to the same school the next time because he has been bullied by this one kid since elementary school. He's had 3 concussions. He has twice threatened suicide because he can't stand it with this kid tormenting him and having other kids tormenting him. And what the school board has done last time the kid got assaulted by this one asshole kid, they expelled the guy. All's fine. Next year, high school, he was okay. The year after that, they've said that this kid's going to be allowed back in. Because
but that's not how expulsion works.
No, it's not. But they say that he's reformed now, and that he's an upstanding member of the community, and he's fine, and he should be fine. He should be back with it. And the kid's dad went, and he's completely infuriated by this. He's saying,
rightfully so.
Exactly. You can't let this kid back in. And they're saying, well, either your son can pretty much he can deal with it, or he can change schools. The kid who has been bullied has been the victim and has been fucked up by this kid, mentally and physically and emotionally, is being told either...
He's the one that's being punished, essentially.
Yeah, it's either follow our doctrines of forgiveness, despite the things you've had to go through at the hands of this malicious motherfucker, or go somewhere else.
And I'm sorry to say, but people don't change. You can say they've been through therapy or whatnot, but as it's been said in various forms of literature and quotes and everything, everybody is one bad day away from flipping their shit. And somebody that's already beforehand flipped their shit and attacked somebody is even more likely to go back to those ways for even less of a trigger.
Especially because consider this kid has been expelled for a year. He's going to come back. He's going to find that kid and he's going to finish the fucking job. Because it's the same thing of when you tell a teacher about a bully and then they maybe punish them a little bit and nothing really gets done about it or addressed. They come and find you because they're pissed off because they had to deal with this, and then things get even worse for you.
Yeah.
It's that
schools need to find
bigger.
ways to actually properly deal with bullying.
Yeah. Like, this kid should be expelled from this school.
From the school board.
Yeah, from the school board too. Straight out. Because you know what?
Vaughn's a small school board anyway, so I'm willing to bet you could bus to a different school.
Yeah, because you see, if this kid has been doing this since he's a child, it's a pathological thing. He's developed now.
Yeah.
He doesn't see a problem with it. There's no moral objection. So
apparently the biggest punishment they can give him can be overturned.
Yeah. So you're gonna encourage this kid to do what he's doing because you're not giving any lasting
rescinding
punishment.
an expulsion on a kid is the equivalent of rescinding a life sentence on a criminal.
Because really, if I'm thinking of Catholic dictations that you should follow, respecting and helping your fellow community members is bigger than turn the other cheek.
Yeah. Especially since you're supposed to help the meek.
And the fact that this kid's been dealing with it all his life, and now it's
continuing.
This one
kid, you've located the problem, you removed it. I'm sure the kid was doing better that whole year.
Yeah, and now
now you bring the problem back.
Now the kid's having nightmares about this, and he's dreading having to go back to school in the fall because the kid's going to be there as far as things are going. So and
considering that it's probably in Vaughan, a small school, there's more than likely to have to share a class with this kid.
Oh yeah. And that's fucking torment as on top of everything else.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's being dealt with this disgusts me horribly. Because I can't believe they're not doing anything about it. Okay, he missed out on this school for a year. Oh, his life's been disrupted. So what? He's a fucking asshole, and he's proven that he doesn't have any right to be as part of this community.
He has no right to be among others if he's going to attack others.
Yeah.
What do you do with a criminal that attacks others? You remove them from said society into a prison.
Yeah. And for someone that does something that horrible, 1 year is not reform.
No.
Honestly, there were charges put against
faked.
this kid.
It's fake. He's faking it.
There were charges put against this kid. They called the police once, but the charges were dropped. The kid's been for the second time after the second concussion, he got suspended for like 3 or 4 days, and the kid who's been bullied says, "Oh, that's a great vacation for him to chill at home and play games or to walk around at the mall."
Essentially, because if a kid gets suspended or constantly in trouble, and his behavior doesn't change, it means that it's not being addressed at home. Meaning that a suspension is not going to get addressed at home. So he's just chilling at home.
This whole system, like that. I have a friend
A kid like that, I'm sorry, but deserves to get his ass beaten, and the person afterwards stands up top of him, pisses on his head, and says, "How do you like that feeling? That's what you've been doing to somebody your whole life."
Yeah, except I don't endorse that because sometimes one thing leads to the other, and the fact this kid might be like this because he's had abuse in the past. I'm not excusing it, but I'm saying that continuing that perpetuates it, and that's not a good solution.
But
that's why we have a legal system.
Apparently doesn't work, though.
No, it's not being implemented properly at all. The issue
that's why vigilante justice is sometimes needed.
Sometimes, but where was I going with this?
Because our legal system is not perfect. There are many criminals walking the streets that should have been locked up. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of times the best way to deal with them is as a community.
The fact that...
But it seems that in this case the community is failing.
My friend who brought this to light to me has actually written a letter to the community, to the school board, trying to fix this, and there's apparently other people that are doing it too. And like
We
she
shall
highlighted.
add links and email links to the Vaughan School Board at the bottom of this if you wish to contact them about this as well.
Yeah, and like she mentioned to me, there's all this talk about how important it is to act out against bullying and to shut it down, but there's no resolution. No one has anything to fix it or to deal with it. It's all just, it goes from one level to higher up, and nothing is ever actually done. Nothing addresses it, and that pisses me off.
Because if he goes again, then if he goes to someone, let's say a teacher or someone with some sort of
Authority.
Mm-hmm.
and nothing gets done with it, what does that say?
And it says don't trust these people because they can't do anything.
Yeah.
No. It also says, and if it's to the police as well, what does that say? It means no one's going to help me. No one's going to save me. What's the worth of even living? Which he's actually thinking of now.
That, or I have to take this into my own hands, and that sometimes causes shootings.
Mm-hmm. And occasionally both.
Yeah.
And like
honestly, if you look at the past in terms of high school shootings, a fair portion of them, I'm not even going to try and get a percent or anything, are done by kids that have been bullied.
mm-hmm.
What was that movie?
Bowling for Columbine?
No. It's the most. It's
The Columbine thing wasn't. The guys that did Columbine were never bullied. You wouldn't bully those kind of people.
It was a recent movie. It's about those kids that get powers, and one does it for like.
I know which one you're talking about. It's the found footage kind of one.
Yeah.
Which is actually apparently quite good.
It's really good. I just saw it.
I have to see it.
I saw it on the plane coming from the Philippines home.
Yeah.
It's really good. And basically, it's this kid that gets bullied time and time again. He's getting bullied by other people, and he's getting beat by his drunken dad. And
he's blamed for his mother's death, I believe.
No, that's at the end of the film.
Yeah, when she dies.
Yeah.
He's blamed. Yeah, like I said, he's blamed for it.
Yeah, and he's being blamed for everything. And the only guys that are trying to help him out is his cousin and his a friend that he met recently when they
got the powers.
When they got the powers, right?
I read the synopsis, but I haven't seen it.
I equivalent to this to like an Akira situation because like what he does is like he like
I wouldn't equate it to Akira because there's other issues with that kid.
Yeah. But like
not the guy from the movie, but with Akira there were other issues.
But the guy in the
fucked up ones.
But the guy in the movie gets is bullied so much and everything, right? He finds these powers. Okay, he starts to get friends and everything, and then he accidentally kills his best friend, and that's where it turns off for him. He's thinking it's got to be survival of the fittest. The strong survive and the weak die, and he starts getting this mindset. Like, in the background, you can see him using his powers to crush a car while he's saying it to this camera.
Holy crap.
And the bullies, he takes out one by one. He's about to kill his father if it wasn't for his cousin to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid eventually runs amok, like, trashing the whole city until he gets killed...
Mercy killed, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets mercy killed by his cousin. Now, I'm not saying this will actually happen in real life, but
I would hope.
But
serious.
It's a sign. It's a lesson.
It's a good reflection of how things can turn in real life. Where if someone is pushed so far at some point, they lash out, and if they find some kind of personal inner power, in this case, actual literal powers.
Well, in this case, in a real situation, it's a gun.
Yeah.
It's a gun or something similar to.
Essentially, a killing tool.
A gun, or say even something like learning martial arts, or some form of
martial arts. Not so much, just because
martial arts teaches you
the discipline will help alleviate that.
Yeah, the discipline of.
Just the discipline.
Yeah, just the discipline.
No need to explain it further. The discipline would alleviate the want and need for rampant destruction.
Yeah, because you're using your anger towards a different goal.
Yeah. And it would alleviate said anger.
But in this case, like, if a real situation, it's a gun or a knife or, something a killing tool. It can even be a pencil. That becomes real. You may not think it will happen, but it will if it goes up to a point.
Everyone has a breaking point.
Yeah.
And I really hope that something gets done so that this bully doesn't get back into the school. Because the bully shouldn't be the one that gets rewarded for just a year of good behavior after a lifetime of dickery.
No, this kid should learn. This kid should know the fact that this is wrong.
Yeah. No, a year of good behavior does not make up for a lifetime of dickery. Giving a kid 3 concussions.
No.
Giving mental trauma. And
if it were me, this kid would be in juvie until
18.
And even then, start serving his sentence with something else. Because
juvie until 18 and then probation for a good long time of his life.
Yeah. And it should stay on his record.
Yeah.
Nothing should be cleared.
No.
Yeah.
Because that will be a sign saying you fucked up and this is how you're supposed to pay for it.
Yeah. And again, I can't believe they're rescinding something like an expulsion. That's supposed to be final.
There was no expulsions when recension of expulsions in our school when someone got expelled. No.
Yeah, when we were in school, if someone got expelled, you knew you were never going to see them again, and most of the time you were glad for it. I know, not in high school, but in elementary school, one kid got expelled because he pulled a knife on a teacher.
Holy shit!
Yeah, this 12-year-old guy pulled a knife on a teacher. He chose the absolutely worst teacher to do it on because the teacher was 6'8", like 250 pounds bodybuilder. And yeah, I look back at it now and just laugh like this kid was either dumb or had many issues. But either way, he pulled a knife on the Hulk in our school, essentially. So that got himself expelled, and yeah.
But
we never saw him again.
Again, that's what's supposed to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Sorry about the words, but I'm still heated from last thing.
But yeah, I think we've come across our point. Like I said, we'll add links to the school board and their email if you wish to write your own thing. Please do not add the language that we used here. Please keep it civil and well stated.
Also,
do some reading, do some research, so you know exactly.
So you don't come off as somebody just jumping, either a whack job or somebody,
or a rabble rouser,
or somebody just jumping on a bandwagon that you just happen to hear about somewhere.
No, you have. I mean,
there's nothing else we can say on this, Mark. Honestly, we'll just move on to the next segment. Hopefully, it'll be a happier one. So, till then, Mark's growling.